Morning, angels. Okay, we're just going to show a few little spots here. Section within the trunk, there's been some fiberglass resin smeared over this section here. A patch panel put in that section there. This will get the light a bit better. May get down to a bit better of a base. From what I can see, I can't get my head in where that is, but where there's like a hole right there. So I'll check. Yeah, it is. There's a little hole there. I think that's it's covered. There's a bit of glue there. This section here is merely for shape. There's no rust underneath. Come around this section here. They put a patch panel in. It looks like it's welded all the way along. Going up to the top. Also, this is the patch that you see on the inside. So we get a good angle of that. Looks like there's a small weld there where they've done a bit of a patch there as well. You may not be able to see it too well. They've smeared some filler there. Doesn't look like there's anything evident from the inside, but I will check. Now, where are we looking? There is fiberglass just here. I think that's just where they've screwed through the panel to fit the kit. What are we looking at here? Don't know what that is, to be honest. Now, with the kit itself, normally the seam runs along here. They filled that. They filled this the whole way through, which is something that they just do with the Eleanors. This section here has been filled as well. Goes all the way along. There's no crack lines. However, you know, it's not flexing around the road. I don't see it being a problem the way they've done it. It looks like they've used some sort of 3M adhesive. It's similar to, it looks very similar to, what is it called? Corvette panel adhesive, which is the same stuff I use. So there's that section there clarified. It's not rust, it's just put there for shape. They've tried to shape it, didn't get to finishing it, whatever, don't know. And this is the section that I saw the other day. It is not repaired on the inside of the trunk, the boot. And there's a section here I noticed in the video that you probably are actually looking at the tail light panel there. There's the corner extension that runs up to the top of the boot. This is where they've done their weld. So they've actually done a patch along this rear section here. But there's the I'll try and get an angle of that. Okay, that's where they've cut to put the rear quarter on. They've also got a little bit of Bondo just there. And if you can see that, there's a little patch just there for some reason. Chances are there was a hole or something like that. So there's that bit. Trying to get that there. There's a hinge section where they've done a repair to that and tried to do it with, what is that? That's a bracket. That's the bracket. They've tried to put a replacement bracket in there and tried to weld around the hopefully you can see that. Let me have a look on the other one. Okay, all up through there. It's been bead blasted, not primed, so you'd need to prime that as well. And yes, that's correct. It's a bracket there that it's not even a bracket. It's just sort of doesn't even need to be welded because it's not on this one over here either. So there's that. So all that needs painting still. What was the other thing? The floor pan with the little dent in it. It's for it was on the rear of the memory. Sorry to do this to the carpet. this up. Okay. I can't hold this camera, so look, there's nothing wrong with the floor pan. It's just misshaped in a section. I think it's right there. It's too low. It needs to be brought back up with a jack. Maybe a dolly, hammer, somebody underneath, somebody on top, but it's very easily rectified. But I'm not doing it. Dash fascia's still in order, been to Sunstate Mustang today. Still not in. Now the other section is just here at the front door, coming down the front door here. Now I did a cut through here, so that way it's got some separation from the lower flare going onto the spoiler, onto the front guard. Front nose cone. Let me just run my shirt slowly, nicely over this. Nose cone is about here, and I can't see one single crack line anywhere within it. However, I would do this a little bit differently. I don't mind the front nose cone at the top being blended in, but when they blend this section in here, it doesn't really give the car much room to flex. It basically makes the whole front end become one, so either make the front end extremely rigid. The way they've done it is, let me have a look here, it's basically bolted along through there. It's bolted all the way through, looks like fiberglass, and top riveted also to the front guard. It may be a different kind of kit than the one I use. I didn't show this section the other day, it's the other side. So it still needs a good clean up and stuff like that, but it's all still the black paint with overspray on it from the when you buy these parts new. Those front rails look brand new. Yeah, those frame rails, I think that entire side okay. Now Sean was asking about a tape measure. I forgot to bring my tape measure to measure in the rails to rails, but I'll do that for you. Give you a measuremento. Engine, get to that in a second. Let's have a look at this front. Same with the front on this side. No blemishes or cracks or anything like that. When it comes to these Eleanors, I mean, the way I think the best way to is build it as a kit. You know, I mean, this may hold up for 5 years, it may not. It's one of those things. But it looks like they've used all 3M products and, you know, the correct materials just from looking where you can get to it. Agree with you on that one too, by the way. Don't think that's a good spot for it, but you know, I think it's pretty fucking stupid actually. But anyway, yeah, same on this side here. It's bolted through from the front guard. I can see glue. Maybe this will give me a hand in a minute. Just there, I don't know what that is. Let me just check this also. Okay. What I'm picking at here is, I think, excess glue left over, and there's a lot of it just smeared on there. Just to let me have a look from the inside there why it's like that. I have no idea why they've done that, because it's a piece of steel on one side and just maybe they just had excess glue there. I'm really not sure. Anyway, that's 9 minutes 20. It'll take me 40 minutes to upload. I'll get you the engine in a second. Quick, 28 seconds. That little blemish that you can see is the line. Hard to see in the sun, but there's also a blemish just there. Where was that little... On the phone this morning, I was talking to a fella in Australia. Found this scratch while sitting in a chair next to it. And there's also a little hairline mark. Just like hair in the paint or something like that, an orbital mark. What was it? Trying to see if you can see that.